Hello everybody, I'm Nathan. I'm back with another video, and I'll be telling you about a nightmare I had about hell breaking loose. Which, it always sounds fun. So this is how it starts. I'm simply walking to school. And there's not really much to say about the environment around me, it's just the usual pathway I go to school. And all of a sudden there's just like this giant beam of fire that goes into the air in the distance. It's like, I hear a bunch of screaming, every alarm goes off, everything's like going to crap real quickly. So I run to school. I get inside the school. There's like huge like lockdown thing. Everything's going down to crap real quickly. And while I'm like sitting in there, it was like this was a good solid 5 minutes of me just like looking for like a weapon. I found like a stick. That was it. And the school gets attacked by these weird creatures. They're like humanoid, but like it's like their skin doesn't fit the flesh. Like they're constantly picking it up. They're like they walk weirdly. They can also, break down walls and, murder me. So now the entire school is being attacked. I'm just kind of in the back, kind of just going out the back door. And these things just murder everyone. So I run out of the school. I find a weapon, of course, a gun. And it was just on the ground for some reason. Don't know why. And I see one of those things. We're going to call them the skinless, or maybe not. That's not a good name. The skin taker, because that makes more sense. And I shoot it. It goes down for about 5 seconds, and it gets right back up and proceeds to beat the snot out of me. It didn't kill me. It just punched me. I had to shoot it again, run really fast in the opposite direction. And as I was running, I see this giant like ogre version of them. This time the skin seemed kind of fit this time. It had a giant axe, 2 horns, a helmet, and intent to murder. So it spots me, starts chasing me. I start running in the opposite direction, obviously. After a good bit of me jumping over cars, like going through like, I don't know, alleyways. I don't know. The scene kind of changed a lot. I don't remember too much about this. At some point, I get cornered, and he's about to end me. He's about to swing that giant axe into my face. Then suddenly, time just stops. Like everything's frozen. And I just hear this voice that says, "Run." And you know what I did? I just started bolting. I just started running out of there. And after a while of running, after me assuming I lost him, everything just unfreezes. Everything's back to normal. I'm just like, what the hell? And to hear the voice again.
You survived. Good. I am the angel known as Castiel. Everyone's in great danger. The angels, others refuse to help, so I'm on my own.
So now I have this voice in my head that's claiming to be an angel. And first I'm kind of like, yeah, sure. And it shows himself as just a weird ball of light. It was like, and it said,
"Follow me. I got an idea to get you to safety."
And as I follow him, I ask, what the frick is going on? And the angel basically tells me this story. I'm going to do it in the angel voice to the best of my abilities.
Their hell is currently breaking loose. Demons are currently invading the whole world. And there's nothing humans can do to stop them. I'm just gonna try to save as many humans as I can. Personally, I only had one time freeze, and I used it on you. Yeah. Anyways, there's a huge bunch of generals. The 7 deadly sins. The ringleader of it all, the general of hell. I forgot his name.
The angel's words, not mine. And I go, what do you mean there's nothing we can do? And the angel just replies,
There's no weapons you have to harm them, even if you did. Humans are no match for a demon. Well, there is one option a human could possibly take on a demon, but it's experimental and usually backfires.
and I go, what is it? I will do it. Now, this ball of light somehow turns towards me, is like, and just looks at me with no eyes. Don't question how that works.
You sure about that? Because you could very well die. And even then, if you survive it, there's a good chance it won't do you much.
Well, see here, it's either I die, at least fighting, or I die for no reason.
He goes, very well. He points to what appears to be one of the skin taker's body. It's been like cut in half, shot several times.
And he looks at me, he goes,
If you really want to do it, drink the demon blood. Ooh.
I was like, what? I have to drink the... You know what? I went, you know what? Frick it. I grabbed like a cup thing, like a pouch to contain water in. It makes sense. So I fill it up, and I proceed to just chug the blood, which did not taste good. It tasted like iron and demon. It doesn't taste good, to say the least. Anyways, after I finish, the angel looks at me, or doesn't really look at me. Castiel doesn't really have a face.
He goes, you actually drank it? And he just stares at me. In his words, why?
And I pass out. I am on the ground, passed out, for a solid 20 minutes, according to Castiel or whatever. I get up. I feel a little different. It feels like my skin doesn't really fit my flesh too well. Like, it still fits. Just like a little loose in some parts where it shouldn't be loose. It's really weird feeling. It's kind of like wearing a really big glove. It works, but it doesn't really feel right. That's the best way I can describe it. So the angel looks at me.
You survived. This is surprising. I can't say I was expecting this, but this new, unexpected turn of events gives us a chance to see more humans. So he basically gives me a deal. If you help me save the humans, I will grant you a guaranteed place in heaven. No matter what happens.
I look at the angel and I go, sure, why not? And he starts leading me around. And there was this weird axe thing. It was dropped by like one of the demons. It wasn't as big as the other guys, but it was like a decent sized axe.
This is your weapon, the angel said. This is the only thing that can really kill a demon. And this will take some time for you to learn to lift.
And I noticed like a forge, something with a bullet casts, and I was like, So I smelt down the axe and turned it into bullets. And the angel just looks at me and goes,
why did you do that?
And my only response was, bullets. If in doubt, shoot it. So I now have demon rounds. So I have like two things of rounds. Human rounds and demon rounds. Human rounds like slowed them down, but it didn't really kill them. So you had to like shoot them a few times in the head with a demon bullet to really like to knock them out. Or the skinless at least. And I was like, this will work. Then suddenly a bunch more like skinless just burst through a door and I have to like kill like 5 of them. Which they only really took 1 bullet. You just have to shoot it well. They're all dead. I go, more blood. I've developed a taste for it now. I don't know what this says about me, All I know is I now have a taste for demon blood. And the angel goes,
Okay, getting back on track. We should set up some sort of barrier to find more humans so we can save more.
my response is, couldn't we save more if we close the demonic rift? That just seems like a wise decision.
That will not be possible, the angel said. In order to do that, you need to gather 7 keys, each from one of the deadly sins, kill Ogrog, which demon bullets don't work on, nor angel bullets. There's only one weapon that works on him, per se. It's long gone now. Granted, the keys could lead you to it, possibly, but it's a suicide mission. You're not going to win.
And I look at Cassiel, goes, quick question, where's the closest 7th deadly sin?
He points, he's right over there. Well, he points to the building. This giant fortress that I somehow didn't notice, with a bunch of spikes on it, bunch of random writing and like weird symbols I couldn't read. And it just read on the title, Sin of Sloth. Please do not enter.
And I go, well, I know where I'm going. I walk into the building.
With the angel pleading me not to do that, he keeps going, you will die. You may be significantly tougher than other humans, but you cannot win this fight.
My only response is, watch me. So, I had to solve a variety of puzzles while fighting demons. There were 2 new guys. We're going to call him a whipper, because he has a whip. He tries to, like, whip people. Blah, blah. I stole some of his blood, which made me faster. There was another guy. We're going to call him Pyros, because they shoot fire. I killed a few of those, drank some of their blood. Now I can shoot fire. You see where this is going. Anyways, I continue through the dungeon. The Cassiel's very surprised that I'm alive. And I finally get into the lost room. The first deadly sin. One of the most deadly I've heard. And he's just asleep on a couch. And I just see a vial of blood labeled sloth. And a key thing. It was like glowing green. I'm just kind of just slowly reaching over for them. I was like, these are mine now. I just kind of went out. Just kind of backed out. I exit the building. It's like, ha! 1 key down, 6 to go.
Cassiel just looks at me and is like, you're lucky he wasn't awake. He would have very easily killed you.
My response is, I now have his blood. I'm going to drink it and see what happens.
Cassie, no, do not do that. You will die. You were able to handle some low-level demon blood. No way you're going to be able to handle some of the deadly sins. If you really want to go down this route, fine, I'll tell you how this works. Theoretically, the human has to build up resistance, starting with lower-level demons, then building up. If you really want to do that, fine, let's go through some level 2, alright?
I look at him and go, okay, fine, where's the level 2 guys? And right on cue, Mr. Axe Guy comes bursting through the door. First boss fight, we'll call it. Anyways, his abilities included charging, swinging, throwing cars, that much stuff. I had like a crappy Glock, so the only real thing I could do against him was like shoot fire at him. Which I only do it so many times before like start burning my hand. So I had to like time the shots. So after I kill him, after a very lengthy fight, I go, is this a tier 2 demon?
He looks at him and he goes, yes, but even then, it's kind of a high tier 2 demon. I wouldn't
recommend. Before he finished that sentence, I started to chug the blood. This time I didn't pass out. I got like a little like dizzy. I didn't pass out. So, point 1 me. And it was his blood made me physically stronger. Like, I couldn't pick up a car per se, but I could definitely like punch someone, win a fight with someone that's like 2 times my size. And you know what I find behind him? A shotgun. with, normal bullets, but you know what? They're helpful. Sometimes you don't have demon rounds. You gotta shoot them, then run. So you can get more. And I look at his axe. It's like, oh, that's gonna turn to a lot of demon bullets. And I grab it. I just start dragging it to a forge, and I do it piece by piece. And I found a shotgun casing in the sloth dungeon, so I just have a bunch of shotgun shells now. Castiel just looks at me and goes,
Okay, let's slow down. This is actually doable now. Let's just wait for part 2.
I look at him kind of confused, like, what? Anyways, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. If you didn't, then you can just leave. The back button's up in the left corner. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you don't, then again, the back button's up in the left corner. And goodbye. Part 2 coming at some point.